Hi, everyone. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this segment of Black Spring with Autumn. I hope you guys are doing well out there. So, this is actually a little bit of a test, and I will join you back here later with a flash stream or a bit of an impromptu stream because I have a couple of things I'd like to share with you as these items have just come in. So thank you guys so much. And I also want to say thank you so much for those of you that were able to join me on last night's Flash Moonlight stream. Thank you so much for those of you that were able to do that. Also, you can find this stream and future streams. You will be able to find those streams on Periscope. So I want to do just a brief shout out to everybody, the loyal patrons, as well as you, the subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all that you do and taking care with the channelytics. You guys absolutely make a difference, and you guys are the best. I really appreciate everything that you do. And in this test, I just want to give a really brief shout out to Derek C. Williams, Killer Whale Channels, The Definition of Anarchy, Little Miss Goth, Chrysler Imperial H, Let the Truth Be Told, AZ Infidel, and Cold War Jesus. Thank you guys so much for all that you do. Shout out to DJ Vision Barnett. This is just a brief check. I'm stacking my chips with Reindeer Games against the Reindeer Games, and you know the drill. So yes, you can actually find me on Periscope now. So if you are watching Periscope, you will certainly find me there as well. I thank you guys so much for all that you do, and I appreciate it. It looks like everything is moving pretty smoothly, but I do have a couple of stories that I want to share, some things that have come in, and I appreciate it. And also, just really quickly, I know this is a test, but we did go over last night we did do a bit of a reflection on some of the speeches and some of the things that were held during some of the speeches that we heard over the convention last night. And I think we've got may have a couple of stars on the rise. We'll see how it goes. This is an epic time, a very pivotal time in history. I think that goes without saying. And just to keep our eyes open and to, as they say, keep your head, as Citizen Man says, keep your head on a swivel. If you follow Citizen Man, you might pick up what I'm putting down there. So no, I'm not the originator of keep your head on the swivel there. So also, if you are not familiar with the name Kim or Kimberly Klacik, I mean, Kimberly Klacik is actually she's running for Congress out of Baltimore. And I do believe with just a couple of the mainstream media picking up the actual RNC, I'm also getting word that some of those networks actually cut away from her actual speech. So she is running for the GOP House out of Baltimore. So you might want to take a look at that. There's also she's a fantastic commercial in which she is actually going through the streets of Baltimore and exposing the conditions, and it also exposes the misappropriations and the amount of neglect and the derelict management of the city and its leaders. So if you guys could take a look at Kim Klacik, I mean, I'll be sure to put her actual commercial up for you when I return. But I thank you guys so much, I mean, she's pretty bold. It's a very well, I think it's been received very well. I'm not sure how many of the networks have actually played that actual commercial, but I will be certain to share that with you, as I think a lot of people anticipated hearing from Klasick and her goals. And we'll see. I'm thinking, I've said this before, like, you know, patriots, Americans, don't get sloppy, because it's not going to get any easier. Shout out to everybody that's in the stream, and shout out to you if you are joining me from Periscope. So I really appreciate it. So I'm going to be trying to expand the platform, expand the reach of this platform, as you know, it's under the technocratic attacks, and we're doing reindeer games where available. So if you guys would again be so kind as to hit that like button, please make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I'm just checking a few things here, but I do have a few stories, and I'm going to try to bring those back to you later today. And I will be putting up a formal announcement of that broadcast. And even if worst case, if it turns into an actual Moonlight stream, I would hope to be received just the same. So I appreciate you guys for all that you do. I really appreciate you guys. But yes, so just another tidbit on Kim Klasick. She is running for the late Elijah Cummings seat. So you might want to get that name out there and try to, if you can, you can get her, maybe you can actually share the commercial where available. I think it's one of the most well done commercials that I've seen, ad campaigns that I've seen in a while. And so we'll see. Yeah, I'll be actually, let me do it right now. If you're around, I don't mind doubling down on a commercial or an campaign ad, especially one that's effective. So shout out to everybody in the stream. Thank you guys so much. So I will also return with more on this, but for now we'll go ahead and do just a short I'll share this actual commercial, and I will give you guys an update on when I will return today with a stream for you, with a report. Shout out to everybody in the stream. Shout out to Patrick Jane Forums, JT Waterman. Thank you so much, DJ Vision Barnett. Thank you so much for coming in. Awesome, DJ Vision Barnett. I'm saying, this is, even with, I didn't bother to see what CNN was doing, but I do know that, they were saying they were vowing to do, I think they were just kind of like a bunch of angry birds. I'm not sure how much fact checking they were able to do with all of their agencies. Like, does anybody really need you guys to control the convictions of people from start to finish on this? I mean, I can't imagine. I can't imagine not being able to stop voting for Democrats, or not being able to stop watching CNN. Can you imagine? So with that said, I'm going to bring you that commercial ad, and then I'm going to scoot, and I will be back later. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Alex. Oh yeah, you guys don't forget, I will check it out on Periscope. It should be, check it out on Periscope, and I will drop that for you. Appreciate you guys, and let's hear the ad. Thank you guys so much for all that you do.
Do you care about Black lives? The people that run Baltimore don't. I can prove it. Walk with me. They don't want you to see this. I'm Kim Klasick. This is Baltimore, the real Baltimore. This is the reality for Black people every single day. crumbling infrastructure, abandoned homes, poverty, and crime. Baltimore has been run by the Democrat Party for 53 years. What is the result of their decades of leadership? Baltimore is one of the top 5 most dangerous cities in America. The murder rate in Baltimore is 10 times the US average. The Baltimore poverty rate is over 20%. Homicide, drug, and alcohol deaths are skyrocketing in our city. Do you believe Black Lives Matter? I do. The vast majority of crime in Baltimore is perpetrated against Black people, who make up 60% of the population. So why don't we care about our communities? The Democrat Party have betrayed the Black people of Baltimore. If the politicians walked the streets like I do, they would see exactly how their policies and corruption affects us. But they don't want to see it. They don't want you to see this. Go to any Baltimore neighborhood and ask this question. Do you want to defund the police?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
I had 3 sons killed in Baltimore City. And I think if we defund the police officer, it's going to be worse than that. So, no, I'm opposed to that.
What are you going to defund the police for? Why? How do you defend your city, your community? Families are losing people.
It's not just Baltimore. The worst place for a Black person to live in America is a Democrat-controlled city. It's 2020. Name a blue city where Black people's lives have gotten better. Try. I'll wait. Look at this. How are children supposed to live here and play here? Democrats think Black people are stupid. They think they can control us forever, that we won't demand better, and that we'll keep voting for them forever, despite what they've done to our families and our communities. Are they right? I'm Kim Klacik, and I'm running for Congress because I actually care about Black lives. All Black lives matter. Our communities matter. Baltimore matters. And Black people don't have to vote Democrat.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this segment of Black Spring with Autumn. So for those of you that are just joining me, and it looks like I have somebody from Periscope. Hi, Alex 007. Thank you so much for coming in from Periscope. And thank you guys so much. Shout out to the loyal patrons and shout out to the Police 13. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. Shout out to DJ Vision Barnett. Thank you, DJ. DJ came on last night. Thank you so much, DJ, for all that you do. Check out DJ Vision Barnett. JT Waterman, shout out to you. Thank you guys so much. Then I will say this before I wrap this up. I'm going to wrap this up in just about 1 minute. Now, for one, I am beating the heat and all the beating the heat and the pressure around here. But yes, I will return ASAP, and I will give you that. You'll have an update on that, and I'll have a few stories for you there at that time. Shout out to everybody in the stream, and also, as always, do your due diligence. Increase your lot, increase your framework, your concept of, and your profile knowledge of who's running. Whether it's Baltimore, whether it's California, whether it's Iowa, whether it's Florida, wherever it is, increase your lot and, check things out for yourself. It's not the beginning or the end here, but it's definitely, there's a lot at stake here. If you guys haven't, I'm pretty sure you guys are, you're pretty abreast of most things that are going on, if not just as much as I am. But for those that are not, iceberg right ahead. What can I say? And we've been warned. We've been fairly warned. And so, yes, I will be back later. And I do think that, for one, with it being night 2, I did tell you I would be taking a look at the actual, the RNC night 2, because I find it interesting that Nicholas Sandmann will be there. If you guys remember Nicholas Sandmann and the incident with the at school with the Native American. So, you know, I think he was actually, I'm pretty sure he was victorious in his lawsuit. So it'll be interesting to hear from him. And of course, there's a ton. It's pretty jam packed with speakers, but I think most of the speakers actually kick off around, what is it, on the 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you'll find that. Shout out to everybody in the stream, and thank you guys so much for coming in and entertaining the bits on the test. And thanks so much for everybody for coming over from Periscope. And the Periscope hack is Black Spring Autumn at Periscope. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you later.